Finally today, even with rain in the forecast, periods of extended drought can cause nutrition concerns in cattle, especially when it comes to vitamin A. For guidance, here's our OSU Extension beef cattle specialist, Dr. Paul Beck.
Hi, I'm Paul Beck, State Extension beef cattle specialist for Oklahoma State University. Today we're going to talk about vitamin A and its role in production and, the impacts of deficiencies of vitamin A. Vitamin A is a naturally occurring fat-soluble vitamin. We get it from green-growing forages. Its compound is beta-carotene in growing grass that is converted into vitamin A. Vitamin A is stored in the liver, so when we have excess vitamin A during the summer and into the fall, the cattle will store this in their liver and have about 3 months of supply through the liver. The problem with vitamin A is when we have mature dormant forages, or as forages mature like they did this fall, they start losing that vitamin A content as they turn brown and going from green to brown. When these forages are deficient in beta-carotene and the cattle are not getting that vitamin A from their diet, and they run out of those storages, then we can have a lot of different issues. And primarily, after that excess runs out, we can have low vitamin A in the colostrum as calves are born, and they cannot gain that vitamin A from the colostrum, which is their primary source of vitamin A at birth. When they're deficient in vitamin A through gestation, we can have calves that are born blind because retinol or vitamin A is important with eyesight. One of the first symptoms that we will actually notice with mature cows will be night blindness. So cows will not be able to see as well as we're going from early evening hours into dark. Another issue, it's also deeply tied into growth, muscle metabolism, and bone metabolism. So we will have a lot of weak calves if we have a deficiency in vitamin A for these cows going through the winter. To take care of this, a mature gestating cow needs about 30,000 international units of vitamin A per day. This can be supplied in commercial feeds, commercial mineral mixes, and most of our commercial feeds do have vitamin A added into them. It does have a shelf life, so if it's been stored for a long period of time or allowed to get weathered during storage, then we may have depleted vitamin A in those commercial feeds. If we're just relying on regular salt out of a salt block or something like that, that is not fortified with vitamin A. So those are issues whenever we're starting to feed hay early in the fall or relying on a lot of dormant forages that they're grazing earlier in the fall, going into the spring. Then when we start getting deficient, we need to be supplying that through that winter period to keep those levels up. We have a excellent fact sheet available from Oklahoma State University on vitamin A and beef cows. If you have questions about this or feel you have problems with this, contact your local county extension office.